Have you ever heard the story about the boiling frog? It's a classic, but it holds a lesson so powerful it's worth revisiting. The story goes that if you drop a frog into a pot of boiling water, it will immediately sense the danger and jump right out. It's a natural survival instinct. But what happens if you place that same frog in a pot of lukewarm water and then slowly, gradually, turn up the heat? The frog won't notice the subtle change. It will just keep adjusting its body temperature, getting more and more comfortable, until the water starts to boil. By then, it's too late. The frog has used up all its energy adapting and no longer has the strength to jump out. It succumbs to the boiling water, not because it was trapped, but because it failed to recognize the danger until it was too late. Now, this isn't a science lesson about amphibians. It's a powerful metaphor for our own lives. We are all, in some way, sitting in a pot of water. And the temperature is slowly, almost imperceptibly, rising around us. The water is all those small, seemingly insignificant problems and pressures that creep into our daily existence. Think about it. It's the ever-growing pile of emails you keep putting off until tomorrow. It's the small, unhealthy snack you have every afternoon that slowly becomes a non-negotiable habit. It's the minor disagreement with a loved one that goes unresolved, adding a tiny layer of resentment that thickens over time. It's that little bit of extra spending on your credit card each month, which at first seems manageable, but slowly builds into a mountain of debt that feels impossible to climb. None of these things on their own are a boiling pot of water. One stressful day at work won't break you. One skipped workout isn't the end of the world. One small, impulsive purchase won't bankrupt you. The danger isn't in the single event. It's in the gradual escalation. It's the slow, steady increase in temperature that we fail to notice because we are so busy adapting. We tell ourselves, it's just a little bit of stress. I can handle it. Or, I'll start eating better on Monday. Or, I'll pay off that credit card next month. We adapt. We get used to the new normal. The slightly higher stress level becomes our baseline. The unhealthy habit becomes part of our routine. The growing debt becomes just a number on a statement that we try not to look at too closely. We become comfortable in our slowly heating water. This is the boiling frog syndrome in action. It's the reason why people often find themselves in crisis seemingly out of nowhere. A sudden burnout, a major health issue, a financial disaster, or a relationship breakdown. But was it really sudden? Or was it the culmination of hundreds, maybe thousands, of small, unaddressed issues that slowly heated the water to its boiling point? When we look back, we can almost always trace the path, see the warning signs we ignored, and identify the moments where we could have jumped but chose to stay and adapt instead. The problem is that our ability to adapt, which is one of humanity's greatest strengths, can also be our greatest weakness. We are so good at getting used to things that we can get used to situations that are actively harming us. We normalize the negative. We accept a level of anxiety, debt, or unhappiness that our past selves would have found intolerable. So, how do we avoid becoming the boiling frog? How do we make sure we have the awareness and the strength to jump when we need to? The answer is simple in concept, but requires consistent effort, self-awareness. It's about regularly checking the temperature of your own water. It's about stepping back from the day-to-day grind and asking yourself honest questions. How am I really feeling? Not just fine or okay, but truly, deeply, how am I? Am I more tired than I was 6 months ago? Am I more irritable? Am I relying on caffeine, sugar, or mindless scrolling to get through the day? Take a look at your finances. Are they moving in the right direction? Even if it's slow, is there progress? Or is the number going the wrong way, little by little? Think about your relationships. Are you feeling connected to the people you care about? Or are you feeling more distant, more isolated? Are small issues being swept under the rug, left to fester? This process of self-reflection isn't about judging yourself, it's about gathering data. It's like a pilot running through a pre-flight checklist. You're not looking for perfection. You're looking for anomalies, for red flags, for small deviations from the course that could lead to big problems down the line. One of the most effective ways to do this is to build checkpoints into your life. This could be a weekly journaling session, a monthly budget review, or a regular, honest conversation with a partner or a trusted friend. These rituals force you to pause the adaptation process and take an objective look at your situation. It's in these moments of pause that you can notice the water is a few degrees warmer than it was last month. You can feel that something is off before it becomes a full-blown crisis. Let's take debt, for example. It rarely happens overnight. It starts with a small purchase here, an unexpected bill there. You adapt by making the minimum payment. The balance grows, and so does the interest. You adapt again, maybe cutting a small expense elsewhere to cover it. The water gets warmer. Before you know it, you're drowning in interest payments and your financial freedom is gone. But what if you had a monthly financial check-in? You'd see the trend. You'd notice the temperature rising. That awareness is the first crucial step. It gives you the chance to say, "Whoa, this isn't right. I need to change course." You can then create a budget, find ways to cut spending, and make a plan to pay it down. You can jump out of the pot while the water is still just warm, not boiling. The same principle applies to our health and well-being. Chronic stress is a perfect example of a slow boil. A demanding job, family pressures, constant connectivity, each adds a little bit of heat. We adapt by normalizing the feeling of being constantly on edge. We sacrifice sleep. We neglect hobbies. We tell ourselves this is just what success or adulthood feels like. But our bodies keep score. That slow boil can lead to burnout, anxiety, and a host of physical health problems. The solution is to check in with your own well-being. Are you sleeping enough? Are you moving your body? Are you making time for things that bring you joy and peace? Noticing that you've let these things slide is your signal. It's the moment you realize the water is getting warmer, giving you the chance to prioritize self-care, set boundaries, and maybe even talk to a professional before you reach your breaking point. Remember, the frog in the story didn't die from the boiling water itself. It ran out of the energy needed to save itself. By constantly adapting to the rising heat, it exhausted its resources. We do the same thing. Every time we adapt to a negative situation, instead of addressing it, we use up mental and emotional energy. That's energy we could be using to grow, to create, to connect, to thrive. When we finally realize we're in boiling water, we often feel too tired, too overwhelmed, too depleted to make the jump. That's why proactive awareness is so critical. It's about conserving your energy for the jumps that matter. It's about choosing to address the small problems when they are still small, which takes far less energy than tackling a full-blown crisis. The good news is that we are not frogs. We have the capacity for foresight, for critical thinking, and for conscious choice. We don't have to just react. We can be architects of our own lives. We can decide what temperature is acceptable to us and take action when things start to heat up. So, I challenge you to think about your life right now. What are the pots you're sitting in? Is it your career, your finances, your health, your relationships? Take a moment, right now, to check the temperature. Be brutally honest with yourself. Is it comfortable, or has it been getting steadily warmer without you really noticing? If you realize the heat is on, don't panic and don't judge yourself. Just acknowledge it. That awareness is your superpower. It's the signal that it might be time to make a change, to set a new course, to take that leap. Don't wait until the water is boiling. You have the strength to jump now. Thank you so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more content on living a more conscious and intentional life. What's one area of your life where you're going to check the temperature this week? Let me know in the comments below. Take care, and don't forget to jump.